So day 2 of my Ratrig Vcore 3.1. Printing out parts is pretty fast. I've got it at tuned at I think 8K at 200 millimeters per second. No, with small parts you're not going to get that much more speed out of it. Today I want to talk about the spool holder that the Ratrig comes with. So I modified it to fit longer spools like this, bigger spools. Now the problem is I'm going back to the Pruses also. I mostly print TPU. And you see the filament just going all over the place. And I'll show you what my Prusa looks like over here. So I modified the mounts on Thingiverse, and it's sitting on ball bearings. And you get this nice straight filament path. Just barely moves, and this thing doesn't wobble around. Alright, so it's great for TPU, really maximizing it is sort of like really, I've got these feet in there and it's supposed to keep it it's helping a lot. Anyway, that's what you know, it's really keeps these spools stable and really keeps that line straight, even with TPU. Now you notice with this guy, it just wobbles all around, and I noticed that after it's printing, I look at it, it's all like very like this filament just gets very tangly because you don't have a real straight. It's just really dangly. It just sort of unspools like this. It's just very it's just not a good design. So what I've designed is, what I'm going to do is actually make something like that. I'm going to go ahead and basically use those same bearings, but since I don't want to put them so low because this printer prints from the top here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually I'm going to print out my own 30-30-30 extrusions and then have it mount way up here. So I got this thing off Thingiverse. It's a 30-30 extrusion. Now I don't need these two sides, so I filled it up and I re-upload it with half filled. You can actually find this. Just go find Dr. E Korea. That's all my stuff. And you see, I've basically covered the half of it, and yeah, that's my new design. So this way, I don't have to use these two sides, so I just simply filled it up. I modified it. That way it'll be much stronger, and I don't need to actually buy aluminum extrusions. I can just print it out in my printer. So I've got my Ender 6 printing out the new extrusions. Before I tested, because the whole point of getting the Ratrig or Voron was so I can print TPU, but if the filament is just moving around like that, it's just not great. And if you want to, you could use some tubing and stuff, but it's just not very good for TPU. You'd rather just have a straight path coming up from the top. So I'll have another video when I'm done with it. But for right now, I just don't really like this because I use extra 3 kilo spools and it's just wobbling all over the place. I'd rather have it up here a little bit more, sitting up here, and I'll have a filament guide, and it's just going straight down. And that'll give you much more cleaner prints, especially with TPU, and faster, I think, prints too. So, yeah, Ratrig running really good, really good.